Hello there. We are building up towards the Agri SA Congress taking place on the 14th and 15th of October online. Do not forget to register. Today we are focusing on the Centers of Excellence and we are looking towards the Center of Excellence of Economics. So right next to me, I'm joined by the head of economics and trade from Agri SA, who's the agricultural economist from Agri SA, Kulani Siweya. Welcome.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So tell us a bit more about the role that you play in this economic sector for Agri SA.
Well, the Economics Center of Excellence is chaired by Nicole Janssen, and our activities relate to all economic policies that may impact on the agricultural sector. Now, what we try to do is venture to protect the farmers' pockets by ensuring that the policy space is conducive for farming activity to happen. And this takes a form and shape where we give input and provide input and or commentary to economic policies that may impact on the agricultural sector. And from time to time, we also collaborate with our sister or counterpart centers within Agri SA, as well as various other stakeholders within the Agri SA ranks.
And then what would you say are the focus, the key areas that you guys specifically focus on in the center?
Well, we oversee aspects relating to road infrastructure, financing, particularly when you consider the land bank. We talk about, infrastructure in its wholesome. We think about diesel rebate schemes in terms of agriculture, as well as other agriculture-related legislations. So what we do is that we engage with many stakeholders, mainly in state departments, as well as state-owned entities, to cultivate a working relationship, as well as find a working solution to ensure that at the end of the day, we preserve agriculture's role in the forefront of South Africa's economy.
I'm sure, as you mentioned, in finding a solution, you must have faced a lot of challenges or trial and errors in this sector. Can you please tell us more about that?
So yes, this year has been quite busy in terms of from the policy front. We did see a whole lot of policies coming into fruition. And I think, but the one notable one came through recently from the National Treasury as well as SARS, where they published some tax law amendment bill, which was a draft version of it, where we got involved in just making submissions in terms of some of the proposals. Key to this was one proposals that said that assessed losses cannot be carried over to the next taxation year, which could be problematic for the agricultural sector given the cyclical nature thereof. So as Agri SA, through the Center of Economics, Center of Excellence with Economics, we made written submissions to the National Treasury as well as SARS, and also made oral submissions to Parliament's Standing Committee on Finance, where we alluded to all of these facts to say that this kind of tax regime would be detrimental to the sector. We've also seen the liquidity crunch coming through from the land bank. That has introduced a structural risk to the sector, and we've continued to engage with National Treasury as well as the Minister of Finance to finding certain solutions that we can bring onto the table for solutions for financing in the sector, particularly when you consider developmental finance in the sector.
Well, I'm glad to hear of the progress that you guys are making already in the Center of Excellence. Now, going forward, what have you guys planned? Are there any goals that you guys would like to achieve with the economics and trade sector, also looking at building the economy of the entire agricultural sector for South Africa or maybe even globally?
Yeah, definitely. So as I said, at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that the environment is conducive from a policy point of view for farming activity to happen in an economic viable manner. And one of the things that I'm excited and optimistic about is the blended finance scheme or model that will be coming into implementation very soon. And I think the implementation and maintenance thereof would be critical for the sector, especially when you consider financing, developmental financing. Once we get that happening and we see a tick happening in that side, it will definitely alleviate the pressure on financing, particularly on the developmental side, as I've noted, and it would really aid the developmental side of agriculture, and it will just preserve the sustainability of the sector going forward.
In closing, Kulani, what would you tell our viewers who are watching right now, why they should tune into the Agri SA Congress on the 14th and 15th of October?
Yeah, I mean, agriculture is the cornerstone of this economy. And I think it's critical for various people, whether in and outside of the sector, just to see what the work that Agri SA is doing in this particular space. space, given that we're an apex organization, I think getting a glimpse of the work that we do every day will just show you the importance of the agricultural sector in the economy, and you'll see just the workings behind as to who does what where, and how does it all then come together when you then see the sector itself growing in various forms, from policy as well as to just farming on the ground. Thank you so much, Anda.
Kulani, thank you so much for joining us and sharing so much knowledge about the economic and trade sector that you guys are focusing on. We are wishing you guys all the best, and we cannot wait to see what else that you guys have to offer for the agricultural sphere. Thank you so much for joining us for this session. We cannot wait to see all of you on the 14th and 15th of October for the Agri SA Congress 2021. All the registration information will be available on the Agri SA website as well as the Agri SA social media platforms. The theme this year is actually to survive and thrive the agricultural way. So yes, we cannot wait to see you there. It is a date.